Alam nyo, you can eat healthy every single day kahit mag-workout ka pa and still not lose weight. Yes, possible yun. And in this video, I will share with you why. Ang daming Pinoy na ganito yung situation. Healthy naman yung kinakain ko. Or, konti lang naman yung kinakain ko. Pero hindi ako pumapayat. Frustrating talaga. Pero after years of coaching and yung sariling experience ko, I can tell you this, hindi sira yung metabolism mo. Madalas may mali ka lang na ginagawa or hindi nakikita. So in this video, I will break down the real reasons why you may think na sira yung calorie deficit mo or kung bakit hindi siya gumagana. Kadalasan people think naka-calorie deficit sila. Pero pag i-breakdown mo na or tingnan mo yung ginagawa ng tao, doon mo makikita na hindi pala siya naka-calorie deficit. And this is the harsh truth. Few reasons why madalas tinatansya lang ng tao yung kinakain nila. Walang tracking, walang measurement. Sasabihin ng tao, chicken at gulay lang kinain ko today. Pero, ilang grams ba nung chicken yung kinain ng tao? Anong part? Deep fried ba? May thigh? May skin? Dark meat? Ilang kutsara ng oil yung ginamit? Tapos may extra rice ka pa kahit half cup. Tapos may kasabay pang high-calorie drink. At the end of the day, hindi ka naka-calorie deficit. Naka-maintenance ka lang. Or worse, naka-surplus ka pa nga. And that's the real reason why wala kang progress. Point number 2, hidden calories, lalo na sa Pinoy food. In food in general. Usually kasi sa Pinoy food, di ko sinasabing bawal to forever. Pero kailangan mo maintindihan. Maraming pagkain dito sa atin, sa Pilipinas, mataas ang calories. Even without you realizing it. Sabihin natin ang adobo, kahit na ulam lang yan. May oil. Madalas yung meat na ginamit, fattier cut. Pag chicken, minsan may balat pa. Same lang yan kahit sa sinigang. Akala mo light lang, pero kung let's say pork ribs yan, mataas pa rin yun sa calories ha. Not to mention yung fried food. Diba? Mga street food, or yung mga may sabaw, or yung mga Filipino dishes na masabaw, na mamantika. Hindi mo napapansin, pero ang bilis mag-add up ng calories mo. Kaya kahit feeling mo, maayos ang pagkain mo, hindi ka pa rin pumapayat. So you have to really be careful about these hidden calories. Point number 3, which I've already talked about sa previous videos ko, liquid calories. Ito sobrang common sa Pilipinas eh. Let's be honest, mahilig tayo sa mga iced coffee, milk tea, 3-in-1, kasi napaka-convenient, and soft drinks. Iba nga dyan sasabihin, gusto ko fruit shake para healthy. Pero hindi mo alam, kahit ang fruit shakes, may calories yan. They all add up. And this can put you out of a calorie deficit. Point number 4, hindi ka consistent. When I say consistent, ito yung talagang day in, day out. Na kailangan naka-calorie deficit ka. I know it sucks, I know it's difficult, pero ganun talaga eh. Na-bring up ko na rin to sa previous videos ko. Dito rin nagiging weekend warriors yung mga tao na tipong mababa yung calories na kinakain nila during weekdays. Pero pagdating sa weekends, cheat days na yun. Ang hindi na-realize ng mga tao, they are undoing their progress. So for example, Monday to Friday, naka 500 calorie deficit ka. Minus 2,500 yun per week. Tapos weekend, Saturday, Sunday, plus 1,500 to plus 2,000 calories ka. Boom! Tanggal ka sa deficit. Kaya kahit ilang weeks ka na nagda-diet, parang walang nangyayari. Fat loss really requires consistency, guys. Point number 5, ito, overestimating calories burned. Lagi ko naririnig to and sakit ng mga tao to. Nag-exercise naman ako, nag-workout naman ako, malayo yung tinakbo ko, or ang tagal kong nag-workout. Pwede na akong kumain. Reality check, guys. Hindi ibig sabihin nag-exercise ka, pwede ka nang lumamon. Exercising doesn't really burn as much calories as you think compared to dun sa calories na pinapasok natin sa katawan natin. So for example, an hour's worth of workout, baka 400, 500 calories, sabihin natin, burned, generous na yun. Tapos yung kakainin mong meal, 800 to 1,000. Bawi talaga yun, sobra-sobra pa. Remember guys, you cannot out-train a bad diet. Guys, if you keep doing this, yung tipong nag-workout ka naman, so pwede kang kumain ng masarap. You run into this vicious cycle na akala mo may nagbabago. At the end of the day, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Exercise is really important, pero hindi siya excuse para lumamon or kumain ng sobra-sobra. Point number 6, kulang ka sa tulog or sobrang stress mo. Pinagsama ko na tong dalawa. Usually underrated topic, lagi kong sinasabi sa videos ko, sleep and stress. Kailangan mo i-manage yan. Pag kulang ka sa tulog, mas nagugutom ka, mas nagka-crave ka, mas mahirap mag-stick sa diet. Same rin pag stressed ka. Napapa-emotional eating ng tao. And usually ganyan ang mga tao. Karamihan sa atin. Pag nasa-stress tayo, dinadaan natin sa food. Nawawalan tayo ng control. Minsan, yung rational thinking na, okay, controlled yung kakainin ko, mawawala yan. So kahit plano mo mag-deficit, hindi masusunod. At yun ang nagiging problema. Sa sleep din, pag puyat ka or kulang ka sa tulog, nababawasan yung fat loss efficiency mo. Point number 7, water retention. Ito important din to kasi usually nako-confuse yung mga tao. Minsan pumapayat ka naman talaga. Effective yung calorie deficit mo. Tama yung ginagawa mo. Hindi mo lang nakikita kasi nagkakaroon ng water retention, which is totally normal. Baka lang napakain ka ng maalat. Sumobra ka sa alat sa pagtimpla ng chicken breast mo, or mas stressed ka, pwedeng yung hormones mo, namamask kasi nito yung fat loss. Kaya minsan pag tinitingnan mo yung timbang mo, walang nangyayari, nakaka-demotivate. Pero in reality, you are actually really losing fat. Point number 8 is hindi mo tinatrack yung measurements mo or body progress mo properly. Kung nasa weighing scale ka lang nakatingin tapos minsan-minsan ka lang mag-check, madidishearten ka talaga. Instead of just focusing on the weight on the weighing scale from time to time, kunin mo yon on a daily basis, your average weight plus progress photos and your measurements. Hindi yung isang number lang. Kaya when you weigh yourself, take the average. Umaakit ba yan? Weight loss, fat loss is never a linear, straightforward process. Point number 9, ina-underestimate mo yung portion. Even when you're tracking, you might still be underestimating your food. Common mistake yan. Hindi naka-weigh yung food. Tansya-tansya ulit. Tinatrack mo nga, 1 tablespoon daw, pero ang tablespoon, sobra-sobra naman, yung umaapaw na. For example, sa oil, dyan usually nagkakamali yung mga tao. Or for example, a tablespoon of peanut butter. Ang tablespoon, guys, hindi siya sobrang laki na umaapaw siya dun beyond the spoon. Itong mga small errors na to, they add up eh. So minsan sumasobra ka by 100 calories, 200 calories just cause tinrack mo yung something as 1 tablespoon, diba? Or 1 serving. Yun yung nagiging gray area sa pag-track. So it's better sometimes to do it na per grams na lang or per ounces yung weight or ml para mas accurate. Point number 10, you are eating healthy but still overeating. Nangyayari talaga to, guys. Yung sinabi ko nga kanina, baka yung fruits mo or yung chicken breast mo, sobra-sobra pa rin sa calories mo. Healthy does not necessarily mean low calorie. Nako-confuse pa yan dito sa Philippines. So, di ba, anong mga healthy? Mga nuts, di ba? Like a healthy fruit, for example, avocado, yung mga granola. Yan yung mga healthy, di ba? Commonly na biniview ng mga tao. Pero, calorie dense yung mga yan. At the end of the day, calories are still calories. So gusto ko malaman nyo guys na health does not equal low calorie. Tandaan nyo yun. So kami, sa mga nagda-diet, often term it as, macro-friendly ba yan? Or maganda ba calories or macros niyan? As opposed to healthy ba yan? If you want to stay in your calorie deficit. Pero syempre, important pa rin na you get the good mix na healthy and low calorie. Point number 11 is kulang ka sa movement. You are not moving enough. You are not exercising. Hindi lang workouts ang important eh. It's your movement. Basically, don't be sedentary. Daily movement matters more than you think. This is called yung NEAT. Nasabi ko na to sa ibang videos ko, yung Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. Basically, yung paglalakad, yung pagtayo, yung daily movement mong hindi mo napapansin na normal mo lang siya ginagawa. Kahit nga yung mga taong gym ng gym, pwedeng mababa pa rin yung activity nila, which in turn lessens their total calorie burn. And everything adds up. That slows down your fat loss progress. And point number 12, pwedeng nag-adapt yung katawan mo. Metabolic adaptation. Important to if, let's say, you hit a plateau or matagal ka nang nagda-diet and effective naman, bumababa timbang mo, then biglang, bakit hindi na siya gumagana? It's because your body adapts. Kasi for example, if you lose fat, you lose weight, mas magaan ka na from, let's say, a month ago. And you become a new person. In a way, iba yung body composition mo. Mas kumukonti na yung calories na nababurn ng katawan mo. So yung dati mong deficit, hindi mo na siya deficit ngayon. And that's the reason why some people nagsistall yung progress nila. Kahit kaming mga bodybuilders, sometimes we have to lower calories or increase activity kasi nag-adapt na sa amin yung current calorie intake namin. Hindi sa hindi na gumagana, more like gumana siya enough to the point na kailangan mo na mag-adjust. And point number 13, you expected results too fast. In short, impatient ka lang, gumagana naman. Baka lang kasi kinumpare mo yung progress mo sa iba. Baka iba yung nakikita mo sa social media. You are losing fat, but hindi mo kasi siya agad-agad makikita. It takes time. Some people can lose around 0.5 to 2 pounds per week. Ganun usually yung nangyayari. Depende sa starting point ng tao. Minsan mabagal, minsan mabilis. Pero hindi siya agad-agad na nakikita. Hindi siya agad visible. Napansin ko rin to with some of the people I've worked with na nagiging impatient lang. Na parang bakit ang bagal? Kahit na 1 to 2 pounds na yung nalulose nila. So kung hindi guided, what do people do? Nagki-quit, nagki-change ng plan instead of trusting the process. Remember guys, fat loss takes time. Hindi siya ganun kabilis. Pero consistent siya kung tama yung ginagawa mo. Kayo guys, let me know ano yung mga sa tingin nyo yung nakakasira sa calorie deficit nyo or sa progress nyo. Kasi this has been a common issue, not just sa mga Pilipino, but like people who are trying to lose weight and fat in general. If na-enjoy nyo to, please leave me a like, subscribe, and check out the videos over here if you want to know more. And I'll see you guys in the next one.